gives you and specifically focus it right where it wants to be, right, and I specifically focus so that's what today's video is going to consist of. Hi guys, welcome back. So today for the video we are going to do my January favorites. Okay, so the first thing I have here is the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. At first I thought that this was just a corrector because with correctors they have more of an orange tone so that it combats the bluish purple tones underneath your eye. So at first I was like, oh, this is just a corrector, like whatever, but it says concealer, so I thought that was awesome because that's exactly the way that I've been using it, is to correct the blueness in the inner corners of my eyes. And then I'll put the Becca corrector everywhere else to kind of brighten up underneath the eye. I have not been doing the whole triangle concealer ordeal underneath my eye this month because I've been loving these two together. I think that they work fantastic. They don't cake up underneath the eye, which I really appreciate because sometimes I can have dry under eyes. I showed you guys how to use both of these products in my foundation routine, so if you have not seen that video, I will leave it in the description box down below so you can check that out because literally these are the only two products I need instead of a full-on concealer, which it might seem like you're kind of caking products up, but I do not apply the corrector wherever I apply the NYX corrector. I do not apply the NYX corrector where I apply the Becca corrector. To set my concealer, I've been using the Tarte Tarteist Contour Palette. I love the packaging. It's beautiful. It's just gold. And then when you open it up, there's a huge mirror. And then there's 6 different shades that you get in here. So you have your classic banana shade, you have a beige shade, you have a highlight, which is more like a shimmery highlighter, and then you have your bronzer, or you can use it as a contour shade, your contour shade, and a blush. So I think that this palette is pretty great because it's pretty universal, and it's so perfect for when you go traveling because you have a blush, a highlight, 2 setting powders, and 2 contour powders, and 1 that you can use as a bronzer. Now the blush in here is really pretty. It's a very natural shade, so you can literally use that every day no matter what kind of eye look that you're doing. It's just that perfect everyday mauve kind of shade, which I really like. And then the highlight is nice and subtle. It's not too dramatic. It looks really natural on the face. And the 2 setting powders I've absolutely been loving because it seems like when I use it in correspondence with these 2 products, these make my under eyes look smooth already, but then when I set it with this powder, it makes it look even more smooth and airbrushed, and I really appreciate that. It doesn't cling onto any of my dry patches. It doesn't cake up underneath the eye. This is a really nice powder. And this palette smells like chocolate, which I thought Too Faced did the whole chocolate thing. And then, oh my gosh, these contour shades. So I go in with the lighter contour shade with this e.l.f. contour brush, which I've been loving the friggity jiggity out of this brush. This brush is amazing! And literally, if you have trouble with contouring, I definitely recommend this brush. It is incredible. Like, I don't know how I went this long without using a brush like this, but I will never turn back. Ever. So I go in with the lighter shade and I place it wherever I want to chisel out my contour. And then I'll blend that out with this brush. And then I'll go in with just a little bit of this darker shade. And I specifically focus it right where I want that chiseled point. So right about here. And then I'll blend it out with this brush. And it just, oh, I used it today. And as you can see, it just looks really sharp and crisp, and I just love it. I've been obsessed with this brush, with this palette, because it literally just makes your face look so chiseled. And I love it. I love, love, love it! Ah! And after I go in with contouring, I always go in with this CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder. This is in the shade 115 Translucent Medium. Okay, there are no words for this powder. No words. I don't really use a lot of things from CoverGirl, so when I use this, there are no words. This freaking powder makes your skin look so smooth, so airbrushed. I can't even deal. Like, I got this powder a while ago and I was using it to set my face, and I loved the finish of it. But then it kind of just got lost in my drawer and yada yada. We all know how that goes. And I recently just brought it back out because I wanted to try baking with it. Game over. Game over. I have a pretty dry skin, and this does not cling to any dry patches that I have. Doesn't make me look cakey or disgusting. There are no words for this powder. Like, I can't stress that enough. I strongly, strongly, strongly urge you guys to try this powder. Test it out. It's pretty inexpensive for how much product you get in there. Does it say 20 grams of product? And I think it's around like $5 or $6. I got mine at Family Dollar, I want to say. I also showed how I used these together in my foundation routine. So again, I will leave that in the description box down below. Whatever's left over on my brush, I'll kind of just like stipple into the areas where I want a little bit more of an airbrushed effect. And it just looks beautiful. It literally diminishes any pores that you might have on your face. It just makes your skin look so smooth. And you guys know that I have such an issue with texture. The fact that this powder actually smooths that over is just incredible to me. I'm dumbfounded. You all need to try this powder. Like, I just wish I could send you all this powder so you could just try it, because literally, no joke, it is amazing. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick. This is the Sculpting Highlight in the shade Hefty Highlight. I love this. I've mentioned this a few times now on my channel because it's just so amazing. This is just a sample size and it's lasted me for so long already. This is just a stick highlighter. And what I do is before my foundation and after my primer, I'll put this in the areas where I want to bring a little bit more of an illuminated look to my face. So on the tops of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, in the middle of my forehead, and in the middle of my chin. Again, I showed you guys how I use this in my foundation routine. It just gives you such a nice glow to the face. If you have dry skin, I definitely recommend it. It just makes you look so youthful and so glowy and just natural. I love that thing, and I'll use it on top of my foundation, underneath my foundation. And the last thing I have to share with you guys, this is the e.l.f. Cream 2 Powder Blush in the shade Peach Perfection. I love the packaging of this. I don't know why, I just think it's so cute. And then it has the color on this side. It's such a nice everyday peachy color, and literally the formulation of this is amazing. I have this on my cheeks today. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it just gives you such a nice glow to the cheeks. And the formulation is just incredible because it literally looks like your skin with a little bit of a color to it. It is just so incredible. I definitely recommend it. I found mine at Target. Literally, it doesn't even feel like a cream when you put it on your face. It literally dries down to a powdered finish, which the name suggests. But yes, I've been loving this. It just gives you such a beautiful illuminated cheek, and it looks natural. That's what I love going for. It's just natural. Of course, today doesn't say that, but whatever. So that completes my January favorites. And I hope you found some new products to try out. Let me know in the comments down below if you end up trying out any of these products, especially that CoverGirl powder. Girl, you better go get that. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you like these kind of videos, give it a thumbs up. I will also leave my social media links in the description box down below, so you can check me out on there because I post a lot more frequently. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later.